We are here every Thursday at 1 p.m., connecting with our community, just talking about other real estate markets, real estate topics, and highlighting some community businesses that we love. And so today we are here with Rescuing Hope, and I'm just going to let Deborah and them take it away and not share too much before they get going.
Awesome. Guys, I'm Deborah Morton with Clario Real Estate, and I'm in the Marietta area, and I serve all of Metro Atlanta uh, real estate market with partners in Athens and soon to be in South Atlanta as well. I am so excited today to present our friends at Rescuing Hope. I'm really excited to share their mission and their heart for people. And it's one of my favorite charities that we get to work with. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Jesse. Do you want to go first? Jesse and Crystal are both here with us to share more about Rescuing Hope, their mission, and how we can help them.
Sure. Thanks so much for having us on. So my name's Jessie. I'm on the board of directors for Rescuing Hope, and then I'm also their gala committee chair. So I handle all things gala. We have a wonderful gala every year that raises money for the organization, and a lot of it goes directly to our survivors. So before I go and talk about that, though, Crystal is on staff with Rescuing Hope, so she can probably give the best rundown of how the organization actually works on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, sure. I'm Crystal Burdett. I'm our operations manager. So, our mission is to enlighten the public about sex trafficking in America, to educate potential victims and first responders, and to empower advocates and survivors. So, how we do that is around Enlighten, we do awareness events. So, we go and talk to parents, to students, to the general public. We do this in school. I'm sorry?
And law enforcement. That's how I
Yep.
got familiar with y'all.
Yeah. So we honestly will go and talk to anybody who will listen. And it doesn't matter if it's 4 people or 400. We want to get out there and spread the message of awareness. Then we do, like Deborah was just saying, we do training with first responders. And this is law enforcement, medical professionals, educators. And when we say educators, we want to talk to everyone who comes in contact with students. We're talking bus drivers, lunchroom staff, anyone, because those people are in great situations where they can overhear students who don't think there's someone there that's listening to what's going on, and they can pick up on things where kids may be at risk of being exploited. And then the last piece around empowerment, we work with a small group of adult survivors. And we don't have a residential program. We don't have a whole lot of money. But what we do is we work with them to put one foot in front of the other. We work on an action plan to get to self-sufficiency. And we don't have a program with a beginning and the end. We work with them until they are at a point where they are self-sufficient and they can reach back and help those that come behind them. We have a scholarship fund if they want to go to college or to get a certificate or even start a small business. We have a caseworker who's phenomenal that works with them on getting all the resources that they need. If they need a car, we have agencies who work with who'll get a car for them. We have wonderful doctors who'll see them pro bono. So we really network a lot in the community to get them the resources that they need. So those are the 3 areas that we work in.
So it was empowerment, education, and the first one was awareness.
Enlighten. Yeah, awareness. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So I got familiar. It's interesting how things intertwined for me. My husband is a retired police officer, so I became familiar with. Frankly, ignorance is what most of us are. Like I just didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know that human trafficking was such a huge thing in the world we live in today. In the United States, like who knew that that was even an issue? So as this was, going back several years, when I realized that it's a real problem, it really happens, and that Atlanta is a hub for it. So I learned from the law enforcement. And then a very short time after that, Susan Norris, the founder, she spoke at church and I bought the book. Susan wrote a book that will touch everyone's heart, Rescuing Hope. And it is it's a real touching story. Privacy, she's changed some names, but it's a real story about, and it brought awareness. Mm-hmm. So for me, my heart is to help spread awareness as well. And then from a fundraising standpoint, that's why I wanted Jesse to be on to talk about the gala, which is pretty much your biggest fundraising event of the year, isn't it, for donors?
It is, yes. It's a very big event. It's super exciting and super fun, even though it's kind of a heavy topic. But yes, and we're really excited about it. The theme this year is "The Time Is Now." It's based off of Susan, our founder's vision for, a lot of our survivors had to put the brakes on when COVID hit, because there's a lot of just struggle with just making ends meet during COVID. And a lot of our survivors have big goals and aspirations. And so when we got together and we're talking about what's going to be the theme this year, and Susan was like, the time is now to get back on it and help, walk alongside these survivors and really start helping kickstart all of their goals and aspirations, not only for our survivors, but us as an organization too. So one of the biggest things that we are focusing on is we do want a space for the survivors, a safe space for them to come and be able to feel safe, talk to our caseworker, talk to our staff, use computers to train or get their GED or anything like that. So we do have space currently that we are in, but we are raising funds to get our own building that will be our own thing. And so we've made good big strides. We have a cool closet that they can come and shop out of and those types of things. So we're working our way there, but that's a big leap for us, is we really want to have that space for them, but where we can really just support them in one big giant space where they they feel safe. So our gala will be raising funds for that, as well as the rest of the organization as well, for our day-to-day, run-ins and all of that stuff. So it's this August. It's August 20th at Cobb Galleria Center. It's really fun. We have a cocktail hour where we have live music and drinks and a wine raffle and silent auction and some other surprises I'm not going to say, so that it makes it a little bit more exciting to show.
I went auction last year, so I've gone to the gate. Other than COVID, when we didn't have it, I've had the privilege of attending for several times, and the silent auction is probably one of the best I've been to. Of course, we're there to support. It's a charity we all can get on board with, but the silent auction items are amazing. So yes, I know last year there was trips abroad, there was trips to tropical destinations, there was trips out west, Florida, and then just the quality baskets that you could. There was golfing gifts. There was oh my gosh, it was so amazing. So you'd be hard pressed to not walk away from the event with something because of the number of items. And I know how important the fundraising piece is for you. I know how hard you're working to do it, but I would encourage anybody who's in the Atlanta area and really enjoys, a fun evening of dressing up and great food. The Cobb Galleria does a great job so it's good food, good drinks, good company, and great prizes for a good cause. That is my primary reason to help get some more exposure for you guys, so that we can have a fun turnout. And donors are still welcome to donate packages as well, right?
Yes. So we have a few different sponsorship levels, and you can also always just give whatever you can. It doesn't have to necessarily be one of our sponsorship levels, but we are still accepting sponsorships. Our invitations will be going out soon, and when we'll put a little blurb about all of our sponsors and with our invitations, and the logos and everything will be on all of our website and everything like that, so that everybody gets recognition, because we can't do this without people like y'all. So we want to make sure that everybody has a great, awesome night. And there definitely is something for everybody when it comes to the auction items and just the whole entire night. It's just such a fun night to get together with everybody and unite under, one cause to help rescuing hope. So
That's awesome. So, Crystal, are there any specific needs that if somebody's not able to attend the gala or isn't in a position to maybe be a corporate sponsor, of course, everybody could always give, but are there any other specific needs that come up, or like that we could maybe tell people about that would make the survivors' lives better, or even from an education standpoint, how we could help?
Yeah, so a couple of things. So Jesse had mentioned the it's called Hope's Closet. And we have items in there so that when survivors make some progress on their action plans, they get to go in and shop. And it's not just clothes. We also have household items. We have computers. We have smartphones. So if you have anything like that, you want to donate, absolutely, we'd love to have that. From my perspective, the most valuable thing that people can give us is their time, as far as connecting us with resources. All of the information that we have and the awareness is worthless if we don't get it out there to the parents and the kids. So introduce us to people. Get people in your church or in your school to invite us to come and speak. If you know people in healthcare or in law enforcement, talk to them. Get them to invite us to come in to do training. And for me, I mean, obviously, we'd love to have your money, but for me, it's the connections. If you can get us in and we can get the word out, that's the most valuable thing we can get.
So I was kind of surprised when I found out the age range of where the education efforts go. I'm thinking late high school and college, but that's not true. Tell us more about where you're trying to reach kids now because of the world.
It's middle school. So, and we just got the updated numbers for Georgia. The average age of the children who are victims of sex trafficking, and these are identified being serviced as victims, is 14. That's the age. And they go as young as, we don't even want to talk about, like toddlers. So we definitely need to reach the kids in middle school and high school. We want to get them as early as possible. And the parents, I mean, I'm a parent, like I don't want to talk about this stuff either, but the parents need to get educated, understand the dangers, because the great news is, this is what I always tell parents. Yes, it's hard and nobody wants to talk about this stuff, but the great news is there are some very simple things that you can do as a parent to greatly increase safety for your child. So take the time to just sit down and get through the ugliness, and then you can learn the things that you can do to make them safe.
So you're saying it's possible to have those effective conversations, maybe without the graphic. You're right. A lot of people will shy away from the grittiness of what's going on, but it's possible where we're talking about social media education for the parents to be able to understand what kids are doing with their phones these days to reach each other, how the recruitment is happening kid to kid, where kids are bringing other kids in unbeknownst to the parents and the teachers, and then maybe what signs to look for the teachers and the maybe youth pastors and anybody who is in sports, like those conversations. I was really shocked when I found out how young kids were and how the introductions were being. We all, I'm older. I'm thinking, oh, scary man in a white van down by the river. That is not the world our kids are living in now. So I think
that's correct.
From a standpoint of it's a whole new world, we didn't grow up with the level of social media or even the connectedness of the internet. I mean, I remember AOL dial-up.
Exactly.
So I was grossly unprepared for what my daughter grew up with. What is normal for them was not normal for me. So I was behind in being proactive in my conversations. Didn't even know about the secret stuff on Snapchat and the things that those are the conversations I think that we can be having to help with the awareness piece. So
Absolutely. I mean, and one of the things that parents need to talk about, and I don't want to have that conversation either, I know, but it's around sexting. So I just read about a study just last week. 9 to 12-year-olds, 14% of 9 to 12-year-olds have sent a nude photo of themselves to someone else. 9 to 12-year-olds. And it was 19% for 13 to 17-year-olds. And of those, 50% said they sent it to someone they did not know in real life. And 41% of those said that they knew they were sending it to an adult. So for kids now, if when they do interviews, sexting is normal. It's not a big deal. So parents have to learn about this information, to sit down and have conversations with their kids about, no, this is not normal. This is why we don't do it, because here are the ramifications, to help the kids to understand why they shouldn't do this.
right. It's so important what you're doing. I'm so grateful that I get to be a part with y'all, just to help people, because again, we don't know what we don't know. And if we feel like we're in our safe bubble, where in my world, I'm not getting requests for sexting or anything, like I just didn't know, but I think it's important for everybody to be aware. And on my end, I'm in a position now where I can encourage people to give and donate money, resources, anything that's needed. We're glad to get the word out for you, so that the people who are actually good at doing what you do in the education and in the rehabilitation, the re-entry, re-education, all of those things. There's so many moving parts here that we're glad to help support you however we can. And we'll definitely be there in August at the gala.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Deborah.
Sydney, was there anything else that we had? I mean, I think we got a good overview, and I'm positive we'll be having Rescuing Hope back before the event actually happens in August. Maybe we can touch base again and see what your expectations are for turnout and crowd and everything. So
yes, I will say last year we pretty much sold out and couldn't add any more tickets. So we did make the guest list a little bit bigger this year, so there's some more space. But our tickets will go live in about a week. So when they do go live, I definitely would jump on it and get your spot, because it's a fun night. And everything's on the website. So it's so easy. It's all digital. You go to the website, you can click and buy a ticket, buy a table. All the information's there. Our save the date is actually already up, so you can get all the information and details. And yeah, we'd love to touch base again closer to the date.
Yeah, and if somebody wants to donate a package for the silent auction, they could find you that way as well, right?
Yes. Just go onto the website and you'll see all the contact information. If you have a really cool house or items or baskets, or we do this really fun wine raffle that gets everybody excited. If you have some nice bottles of wine that you want to donate, you can reach out to us that way, and we will always gladly accept those types of items, because we love to have a wide variety so that there's something for everybody. So
it's a shame Susan couldn't join us today, because I mean, she's a super busy lady. I am so excited that we got the real, like the hands and the feet right here, the people who do the work on a daily basis. So if anybody who's watching online that wants to reach out to Jesse or Crystal, or if you're uncomfortable with that and you just want to shoot me a message, I'm glad Sydney and I both, we're glad to help, tell you how we help, or if just direct you in the right way. We're glad to do it. So
Definitely.
we all want to be hands and feet and the light in our community. So this is one of the ways we can do it. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Deborah. Thanks for the time.
Bye.